Push-up is a great exercise, and we see a lot of people do it. Unfortunately, there's problems with it. One of the most common problems with push-ups, like bench press, is shoulder pain that comes from it. And that's instability in the shoulder. So the wall can be a great way to learn shoulder stability. It's actually stuff that I used to use a lot on patients that were post-surgical. So a couple of things you have to do. First of all, if you get your hands up on the wall, you want to bring them up to a comfortable height, but ideally you get them up to the height of your shoulders, the wrists up to the height of your shoulders. And then you want to start by spreading the fingers as much as possible, and then trying to press the length of the fingers and the hands down into the wall. Don't worry about creating a lot of pressure. Just try to create some tension force where you're pushing lengthwise into your hands and fingers. Try to keep the thumbs pointing toward each other as much as possible. And you're going to turn the elbows up a little bit. Those thumbs are going to move. Don't worry. Just try to push your hands down and just straighten everything out as much as you possibly can. So once you turn your elbows forward and you're pressing your palms and your fingers into the wall, you're going to slowly, you got to keep these elbows turning. You're going to slowly descend into the movement until the elbow hits 90 degrees. And then you're going to move straight away from it and then lock the elbow out. Now, if I were to descend into this and I felt elbow pain here, typically at the point of the elbow, then I immediately move away from it and I don't go that deep. You don't stop the movement, but if you can get even just a little bit of movement pain-free, it will help. So I'm pressing into my palms and fingers, turning my elbows up, forcing myself to stay in this position and slowly descending until I get my elbow to 90 degrees and then pushing back, keep turning my elbows up until my elbows are fully extended, and then down and up. You only need 3 or 4 or 5 passes with this, and you'll start to feel the back of the arms. It's a great way to tighten the back of the arms as well. And then you're going to come into this position where you're going to get your hands a little bit lower. The setup is the same. So the fingers and the palms are spread, and you're trying to create as much contact through the length of your fingers as palms as possible. You got to figure out a length to get your distance, a height against the wall. Because what you're going to do is come in here to basically a push-up position, a finished push-up position, where the elbow lands at 90 degrees, and basically the wrist and elbow are in one straight line. So I can get my wrist and elbow in one straight line parallel to the floor, and end my elbow at 90 degrees. That's what I'm looking to do. So when I get my palms set, I turn my elbows in. I pull my elbows in as close as I can in my ribs. I descend into the exercise until my elbows are at 90. And then I push back, not worrying about straightening my arm at all, just down and then back up, palms pressed in and elbows in tight. What you're trying to do is create stability through the lat and the shoulder. So with this one that we started here, and then this one that we do down here, together working those two things apart, 5, 6 repetitions each, you eventually get to a full push-up position on the floor.